You can't focus. Why not?
Because I have pains.
Where are your pains?
I told you in my head, like it's like throbbing pain constantly.
You have a migraine?
Yeah, I get migraine. Well, I used to have migraines. Now I have them again since the surgery, but it's all the time, and I can't focus. It's been like being underwater.
What's being underwater?
It feels like I'm underwater.
Why do you feel like you're underwater? Because your head hurts?
Yes.
Oh. I feel like I'm underwater just because I'm just confused now.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Are you taking anything?
Well, I just had some shots for it, and then
Shots where?
Shot to the heart.
Shayna.
You give love a bad name.
Okay.
I'm getting in the mood.
Shots where? You said you have shots for it. What do you mean?
No, I got a shot for it. They can give you like shots just for like migraines.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'm thinking because your nose is hurting, they were giving you a shot in your nose.
No.
Like, I'm like, shots where? The only other shot I know that for pain is an epidural.
Oh, goodness.
So I'm just a little confused.
Yo, you had an epidural?
I wanted my children coming out having withdrawals from everything. I wanted the epidural. I wanted Dilaudid. I wanted morphine. I wanted Vicodin. I wanted Percocet. I wanted everything. I didn't want to feel. I wanted them to put me to sleep.
Oh, wow. Actually, I am okay with the whole put me to sleep and I wake up and it's done. And all I would need is just to show her to me. Oh, she's so cute. Okay, I'm going to go back to sleep.
No, that was so... My grandmother actually told me that she would sleep for both my mom and my aunt. And she's like, they just did that in the 60s. That was the old days. And I was like, why the fuck don't they do that shit now? Like, why are we going through this pain? But in hindsight, I'm actually, hindsight, I'm actually glad that I was awake. Like, to be able to feel the baby leaving me, to be able to... The first time Maya's epidural wasn't that strong. Chloe's, I was like, this is so strong. I can't even feel to push. Like, I don't even feel myself pushing. Am I going to be able to do this right? But I'm glad I was able to feel Maya actually being taken out. But they tried to sedate me with Maya because I had a panic attack because her heart rate kept dropping. And so I was panicking. And so they tried to sedate me, but I pulled myself out of sedation. And I didn't know that until I don't know if it was Matt or me talking to my mom about, Brittany kept rolling out, like every time she heard Maya cry, like she would roll out. And my mom goes, oh, you've been pulling yourself out of sedation since you're like 7 or 8. Pause. Don't you think that's something I should have known?
Pregunta. Can you share what you were sedated for at 7?
I think I had like a buildup or a backup or something that they had to. Bro, I don't know. I do not know. I do remember being hospitalized that young. I do remember being it was either Lurie's or University of Chicago. Or is it Lurie's and University of Chicago? I don't know. I remember the room and being walked to the bathroom and walked back and needing to get like a shot or something. And they couldn't give it to me because I kept panicking and they had to sedate me. That I remember, but I don't remember exactly what it was for.
Okay.
Now I'm going to ask my mom. I'm not talking to her.
Yes, you should ask your mom.
I have to ask my mother. But no, yeah. So I pulled myself out of sedation with Chloe. Though I did get the epidural, it was stronger and I kept going in and out of consciousness. I kept trying to stay awake, but I had lost so much blood. And are we getting too deep? Do I need to have the bell rung on me?
Shit.
Am I taking up too much time?
Me the bell?
Or can I continue with my story?
Oh, continue until he gets the bell.
Okay.
It's going to be right on the little pocket inside and a gray little pouch.
You can get up and get it. But no, with Chloe, I had lost so much blood and iron to the point where I was going in and out of consciousness. Jeez. So they have a level. Hold the ding ding.
Thank you.
So they have a level. Thank you. They have a level of for transfusions, and I think where they give you, if you're 5 or below, they won't transfuse you. Or 4 below. I don't know the number, but I was 1 number above it. So let's say the number's 5 or below. I was at a 6 and they wouldn't give me a transfusion. I'm like, so you're just gonna let me die? And they were saying, well, if it's too low, we've just wasted it because your body may not accept it, or it's just too low or something like that. And I kept going out again, and I don't know what happened, but I don't know what Matt said or what Matt did. I don't know what happened, but next thing you know, I come back and I got needles, just transfusion. The transfusion is happening, and it took about 3 bags for me to be able to stay awake on my own.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, that was a lot.
I'm so glad that you came out of that safely.
Why are you whispering?
Because it felt like a whisper situation.
Have you watched any of the episodes where you change your volume and you start whispering and I can't hear you?
No.
Much better. I knew that would do it.
No.
High five.
That was a stretch. Thanks for that stretch.
You're welcome. Do you need to stretch the other arm?
Nah, just
okay.
that one. It's so interesting you say that. So I'm going to pivot, but stay on the topic. When I had surgery within the last 3 years, so I've already shared like how I feel about like certain things and like, you know, about cleanliness or just hygiene in general. So
you've shared that you are a nutty case about germs.
A cautious person. And and so for that, you have to sign all the paperwork like, oh, anything could happen. It was, definitely routine outpatient.
Because if it happened once, they have to put it in there.
Yeah. So it was just a matter of like, oh, what your blood type is and all that stuff like that. And so my thing is just like, I don't want someone else's blood. So I'll bank my own. And then you can use that.
Did you just hear that? Bank her own. She doesn't want anyone else's blood. So you're going to bank your own?
Yeah. So you can only hold it for a certain amount of time, but you can do it prior to like a procedure. And so they can use that. So that's what I wanted to do because I don't want someone else's blood because I don't know what they got. Okay, I know they do the screening.
Nuttiness goes deeper.
Is it?
No, continue, my friend. I am just in...
Unless I want to commit a crime and I got someone else's blood at the scene kind of a situation, where else is that going to really benefit me besides saving my life in an extraordinary emergency situation? Yes, then I will take the donated blood. But if it is something that I am preparing for, I'm banking my own blood. No one makes me bleed my own blood. That's dodgeball. Michelle. Uh-huh. Is that crazy? I don't think that's crazy at all. I think that's smart. Okay? Because then I'm also helping because I'm not taking up someone else's blood that could be used to save someone else's life.
Don't shake your head yes. Do not shake your head yes. Do not
and
get
it's my exact blood type. Right? Then it's my exact blood type. It's not trying to find a universal donor to be able to match mine at that point in time. What is your blood type?
I just want to know, do you have the rhesus factor or not? That's all. You don't have to give all your...
Well, I just have to look it up.
It's 2 letters.
Well, I don't remember. I told you I have a bad memory.
Oh, you do.
I
I'm
think
sorry.
I'm A-.
Oh, so I couldn't give to you. I'm O positive.
Oh, no. I
have the rhesus factor. So I can give to anybody who's positive. O's the universal donor.
Correct.
But O negative is the universal.
Correct.
Universal. I can't say R sometimes. And then AB positive. AB positive is the universal receiver. Okay, so let's rewind here. 1, we use a glove to wipe our child. 2,
I ran out until my next pack came,
care
so
packages.
I used my actual hand once.
Shh. Shame. 2, care packages for homeless or in your case, displaced individuals.
Unhoused, yeah.
Did you just say out of house?
I said unhoused.
Homeless. And 3, what was 3? There was something else, I'm sure.
No, that's
and
it.
4, sorry, I spit. You bank your own blood. So in case you need a transfusion,
it's my own.
You can
I'm saving the world by allowing them to save others with others' blood.
I love your perspective. I do. But I just cannot wrap my head around the nutty tree. Here. But I still love you anyway, and you know that.
It's behind you.
I'm afraid to look behind.
It's behind you. That one. You're so silly. It's behind you.
Well, that's cool. I've honestly never even thought of that. The only time I've actually heard of that is when they were doing, they call it a transfusion or transplant for when they took my mother's, after she was done with her chemo, they took her blood, her stem cells, made sure they're all clean, did everything they needed to do, and then put them back inside of her. So I've heard of that, but I've never thought of, okay, I have to have this procedure, or I'm about to have a baby, let me bank my own blood. But when I'm having a baby, it's like you can't give blood when you're pregnant, because they already taken half your oxygenated blood. You can't do anything like that. That's pretty cool, actually. I still think it's nutty, but I also think what is that?
It's lint.
Oh, I knew you saw it at the beginning.
Oh, I saw it, and I was really
hoping. You left
hoping.
it there because you didn't want me yelling, leave it out loud.
It's taken everything in me not to get up to get it.
It takes everything in you every week to not put my headphones on the ground, because I won't let you. Leave my side of the room alone. Leave it alone.
I left it alone.
It's okay. I'm giving you, what's it called when you're in, not shock therapy, but when you're in the situation that makes you uncomfortable and you have to deal with it anyway? Exposure therapy. Exposure. I'm about to start putting a soundboard on the table. Zoom in on her face. No. That's the real Shayna, y'all. This girl she be pretending to be. I don't know who that is.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I told you about the since I'm back on social, so my husband is like sending me things on Instagram.
Your husband is nuts.
Yes, he is.
But so he's been sending you the stuff you showed me.
So no, the ones that I've been sending you, minus the one I sent you last night, those are all for me.
So your algorithm is creepy as hell.
Is it?
Yes. If that's the stuff that's popping up, what kind of stuff do you be liking?
It's all mom stuff that I'm sending you.
No, baby. No, this stuff is...
The one, it was one video where they were like, it was called a break room something, and they were, it was the Celine Dion song from Titanic.
When they were in Marshalls or Ross.
Yeah, it seemed like it in the back, and it was mixed with Too Short, I Go On and On. So it was those two songs together.
What is happening right now?
Yeah, it was happening. And then there's this guy that comes out with these like knee-high boots on against the wall and just starts dropping it. And then there's a lady like playing like she's on a flute kind of a thing. Yes. And then another lady with a mic.
That one was okay. That one was PG. It was the one after that. It was like, oh, you love this on your vagina.
It was the tampon.
Yeah, but the way she said, oh, you like this on your vagina. I'm like,
it was a little girl talking to her mom, and she was just like, yeah.
You like this.
Oh, you like this. You like this on your, on your hoo-ha.
Vagina.
Hoo-ha.
It is a term.
Hoo-ha.
In the dictionary.
Hoo-ha. She was like, you like this for your hoo-ha. Mommy, you like this. It's good for your hoo-ha. And she's like,
but the way it was said, the way she said it, it sounded like she was repeating.
I know, like something that she said.
That was said in the bedroom by her father. Like, you like this. I
didn't take it that way. I just took it as though, like,
it was
probably maybe saw that her mom may have used the applicator and was just like, oh, or either she was like, or maybe.
This is for your potty. It's so useless. For your vagina. You love that for your vagina.
You love that for your vagina.
I think I took it as her just like, seeing mommy, and maybe she's like, oh, what are these kind of a thing? Like, how to explain the applicators to your daughter at such a young age. And she's just like, oh, well, maybe she was just like, mommy uses it for her.
She likes that for her vagina.
I know, that's so cute.
It was. Have you had to explain that? Have you had to have that talk with?
I have not, because even though,
you get to go to the bathroom in private?
I don't. Oh, okay. I do one of these and then close the door.
I'll try that.
I was like, get out!
Oh.
I don't. I'm just like, mommy needs some privacy. Close the door. Hold the door. Close the door. Hold the door. Hold on. I was just like, mommy, I was like, close the door. She's like, mom. And I was like, no, close the door. and then I
Hold
do
the
it,
door.
or either if she does,
Hold the door.
I like put it in my pants really quickly, like, you know, hold it in the underwear, like place it on the underwear really quickly before she comes. I'm like, hey, close the door. Yeah.
Maya came one day. She goes, Mommy, what's this?
Oh no. No. Oh no.
It was the most
Oh no. That hurts.
traumatizing thing of my life.
Oh, that seems
What's
like
it?
it
She goes,
hurt.
Mommy, what's this? What's what? Like,
No.
thing.
That's so awful. I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Yeah, so that's when I had to explain to my child what it was. Oh man.
That hurts. That just made me hurt thinking about it. Minus the fact that in that video, all I was looking at is the applicator and it was blue. And I'm just like, that looks like a Tampax or something. And I'm like, it like made me
Tampax
feel
curl.
sick. Yeah, I was like, it made me sick looking at it just because I have chemical sensitivities. I'm like,
You do.
I'm like, girl, you need to move to like cardboard or either.
Oh, I won't use cardboard.
Or either, what is it? You know, the hyperallergenic kind, or what is it? The free.
I know which one you're talking about. I
Yeah.
stick to the chemicals. I like to
I
know that
can't.
shit is gliding with no pain.
You like that for your hoo-ha.
I like that for my vagina.
For your vagina.
No, my sister told me one day. My sister, the one that lives in Houston. You met Nisha. You met my nieces too. Yeah. So she was telling me I think I was still at Poe at elementary school. So I had to have been. How old are you in sixth grade? Well,
I don't know.
we the same age in sixth grade. We just in sixth grade in different years. So I was in sixth grade.
Not that much. What did it?
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You were older than my oldest brother. So.
She did. She tried it, didn't she? Well,
I mean-
not that much older. Just a couple years.
Did you see it, Josh? I have to send it to you.
It was hilarious.
I'm gonna send it to you. But yeah, so she was telling me, she was like, there's this one girl who always goes to the bathroom for a long time. And one day we all was just like, what's going on? And then we went in and found her playing with herself with a tampon.
Wait, this is in sixth grade?
Exactly. And so my sister is the same age as me. She's my stepsister. So she's the same age as me. And so when she was telling me that stuff, of course, I lived a very sheltered life. So I didn't understand what she was saying. But as I got older, I was like, oh my goodness. Like, that's what she said she was doing in sixth grade. We're going to have to put an E next to this episode.
Again.
What do you mean? Why?
They're
Because
all
I cuss? Because I cuss?
Yeah. If anytime that they're swearing, you have to put an E.
Says who?
Says the platforms.
No, bullshit.
E. That is wild.
Yeah.
That is wild. That is wild.
You know what else is wild? I'm switching gears, but this is also wild.
What you got?
Did you hear about the Marvin Sapp incident?
No. So help me understand.
So I just saw it on social media. It was something about church. Isn't he the one that sings, never would have made it? That one, never would have made it. Marvin Sapp.
Okay.
Have you heard that song?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so when I saw him,
Without you.
I would have lost it all.
Yeah.
That is not the person that I thought it was. They look like two different people. So I'm trying to figure out if there's a different Marvin Sapp. But he was trying to raise $40,000, I think, per social media. And
Like a GoFundMe or something?
no, I don't know. Not even GoFundMe. Just basically the congregation, your tithes. Your tithes?
Okay.
Tithes?
Tithes.
Yeah, tithes and offering. He was collecting, and I guess he wasn't getting enough. He was just trying to make a certain amount. And he said, he told the ushers to close the doors. And usually when the doors are closed to the church, it's like the doors are open to the church. That's when you come forward, you say you want to serve, you give your life to Christ, you're ready to take the next step. And then they go, okay, the doors to the church are closing. Like, this is your last chance. And they still try to get you to come up, whatever. It's a whole ordeal. But he had the ushers close the doors and wouldn't let people leave. Did you hear about this?
So help me. Why?
Because he wanted to raise, I think, $40,000. I think that's the number. So he was then arrested and held for in charge with kidnapping.
Yeah.
Because at that point, you are now held against your will.
Correct.
It's like when...
But were the doors locked? You said close the doors.
Yeah, but they wouldn't... I don't know if he said lock. I didn't watch all the video, but the part of the video I saw, it said close the doors, and the ushers were in front of it. They wouldn't let people leave. So for me, if the ushers are keeping you from leaving, if the usher's like, no, you can't, it is a hostage situation. That's exactly it. That's exactly what they wrote it as. But
that's a federal offense.
Should the ushers be charged too? Because if they stood in front of the doors, or the ushers in their defense, oh no, he's the preacher, he's the pastor. We have to take, he's the word, he's the one directly linked to God. We have to follow orders. This is our faith. I did what I was supposed to do. You don't arrest me. Like, how does that, I know how it works, but how does that work for you? What do you feel about that? What, girl? You okay?
Yes. This is me about to answer.
Oh, I thought something happened on your phone. You saw someone was like,
Oh, no, I had a message pop up. I just looked it down, so
I'm like, if something happened, who I need to get?
Oh, girl, no, it's good.
Oh, I got you.
You so sweet.
I try. Sometimes.
Okay, that's more like it.
Fuck off. Answer the question.
Yeah, I'm being nice. How do I feel about that? Yeah, I think it's a hostage situation. Yeah, do I think that he should be charged criminally? Absolutely. I think there is a way of getting your point across of wanting to fundraise. If they were, should the ushers be charged as well? Maybe like a little slap on the wrist because they are just following orders. My thing is, I think I'm just still trying to wrap my head around the fact of like, ow.
You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Of like them barricading the doors kind of a thing. Like, no, you can't leave. Like, were swarms of people coming up to the doors like, no, let me out. And they're like, no, you can't. And then, like if there's like a whole like.
We fighting.
Because that would happen. And so that's what I'm wanting to know, like how it got escalated. Because I'm pretty sure there's going to be people in that audience or in that congregation who's like, nah, you need to move.
Get out my way.
Get out my way.
Exactly.
Children, people need to potty, all that stuff. So you're preventing people from that type of situation. And you're also causing a situation to where people can get hurt. What if people start like running, get panic and trample? And then that turns into a whole situation, right? So yeah, I think he was wrong. Should he be charged? Yes. Do I think there was another way of going about doing so? Yes. Do I feel like he went too far? Yes. Have I ever been in that type of situation? No. Does it sound like a cult? Yes.
Wait.
No, it was.
Where did we just go? How did we just get to cult?
Because that was a cult-like situation. Think about it. When you think about like the Waco and all that type of stuff, Jonestown, all that stuff.
I don't know what Jonestown is. What year was that?
Jonestown was where, I don't remember.
What year?
Oh, I don't know, like 80s. It was in the 80s, like 87, I want to say. I wouldn't, girl, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
You were about 20 by then.
Tried it. You tried it. No. I think it was like in 87. That's where, if you ever heard that joke where people are like, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Have you ever heard that joke?
So I've heard it, stay out the Kool-Aid if you don't know the flavor. Or don't drink the Kool-Aid. Everything ain't always sweet.
Yeah, that's because that's something that they referencing from that event is where
Black people?
Well, it was 78, where it was the time is 9, right? Where it's them. That's when the governments were coming in to shut him down, kind of a situation. In a cult, they moved them out to, was it Liberia or somewhere in Africa?
Why were they shutting? What were they shutting down?
It was
what
a
exactly
cult,
was it?
Right? And he was South America. He was keeping people, but there was people who wanted to leave, and he wouldn't let those people leave. And so when governments or forces, don't quote me on the way this is going, just FYI, they were coming in to like help or to break this up, this whole cult situation. And he had them like, oh, don't let them take, pretty much just kind of one of those things like, I'm not about to go out like that. Like, we're not going to come in here and let them ruin what we are. So they gave the kids and everyone else some Kool-Aid, right? Grape Kool-Aid? Was it grape or am I just making it up?
Oh, baby.
I think I may have made up the grape part.
The worst flavor.
Okay, at least it wasn't Sunny D.
Ooh, that's not even orange juice.
No, I don't even know what it is.
Orange flavor.
But they gave them all Kool-Aid. And then that's what they all died. Grape. Ain't that fucking
Wait a minute. They said, oh, we're going out on our own time. This is us.
Yeah. Time is 9.
I wish I didn't ask what this was.
Kids, women, children, they all moved from the States over to there.
And then the government followed them.
Well, I think it was a lot more stuff going on, right?
I'm gonna research it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna research. That's
So that's where that reference comes
sickening.
from.
You know what it makes me think of, actually?
But it was all like about control and like mind control,
Yeah,
and
that's
also
all it
controlling
is,
people
yeah.
with like, sexual acts as well. Too.
That is definitely cultish. That right there is the epitome of cultish for me. The manipulation, the control, and the beating down to the point where you don't even realize you're being beaten down. And this is the only person that can raise you up. So I get what you're saying now, but it's like locking the doors. You are not able to leave. The only way you're going to leave is if you do this.
Forcing people to donate.
Yeah, it's like, number one, you can never count anybody else's money.
I'm about to say, you don't know people's situation.
Exactly.
And either they can or they can't, but there's more ways to go about doing
There's more than one way to skin a cat.
But yeah,
I think to close the doors like that, that's awful.
And then I'm thinking to myself, was it pre-planned? Because of the fact, like, I'm asking if the ushers were all on board with it and if they knew to like blockade the doors. Was that something that he had said before? Like, hey, in the event that we're not getting anything, I want y'all to, like, a huddle, right? They have a stand up and a huddle, just like, yo, if it doesn't go down, I'm going to say, close the doors, don't let nobody out. Or did he just say it in that moment and it just happened? Was it premeditated?
That I don't know. And that's something else they're going to have to figure out. They're probably going to definitely interview those ushers and see what's going on. And I'm sure there will be one of them that's like, bro, I ain't had nothing to do with this. I tried to leave. The other ushers wouldn't let me go. But I wonder if there were some ushers that were like, or some people that's like, I'm not about this. I'm leaving. Or some people, even a part of the congregation that was like helping the ushers stand.
There's got to be law enforcement in there.
There's got to be something.
There's always somebody in the congregation who's in law enforcement who's just like, bro, you can't do that.
How did they get the doors open? How did it open back up? But
if he has a large congregation, there's usually law enforcement or security that's on site for those type of.
So was it pre-planned? Were they there? Were they outside? Were they doing something
And then they found
else?
out what was happening, and they were just like, bro, you can't do this.
I don't know.
I shouldn't switch my gear back either.
Yo, what?
Because that's awful.
What?
I said I shouldn't switch back to where I was prior.
What do you mean?
Where I was talking about the video on Instagram.
How we switching back to that?
Because of the WNBA players.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
You can't say that next to each other.
Well, we just talked about what's it called?
Jonestown.
Huh?
Jonestown.
We just talked about that, and they all euthanized each other. What's your opinion on self?
Who?
What do they go to Switzerland for when you're so sick or you're just so
messed you're up? Talking about assisted suicide?
Assisted suicide. What are your thoughts on that? That's a hot topic.
You know what?
Transitions. We need to work on our transition.
Yeah, assisted suicide. Do I have an issue with it? No. I think if someone's terminally ill, right? That goes back to, what is it, Dr. Kevorkian here in the States as well. That was a huge thing where some legislation came up in regards to, I think he was in California. Don't quote me. He could have been on the East Coast, honestly. Or maybe he moved to California because they didn't have the law set up, or he could at that point in time, to where there were terminal ill
He
patients.
moved to where there were more of them.
Well, no.
I'm
about to say they traveled to him.
Yeah. Oh.
Because they were terminally ill and they were in pain, in severe pain, and they no longer, wanted to continue in pain. A lot of these individuals, again, were terminally ill patients, are only, had a certain amount of time left, or were in excruciating pain, and were asking for medical assisted suicide. So pretty much what they would do, if you had already seen it, is just like, let's say, it's like a medicine. He'll give you it's different forms. I don't know how they do it, but it was in Michigan. And then he moved to California after that to finish, or where did he move after Michigan? And so let's say it's just like a couple pills. And so you can they would have like a whole thing with their family there, and they'll take the pills and they'll go like silently.
And they'll go to sleep. Yeah. I saw it. There was a movie about the guy who was in a wheelchair and Khaleesi.
Oh my God!
What was it? Until Tomorrow.
You before me.
Oh God! It was You Before Me,
sweet.
And that's when I learned about that.
Speaking of, he's the guy from Peaky Blinders. He's Mosley from Peaky Blinders, the guy who's a fascist.
Yes,
that's him.
That's him. I know it's him. He's also the brother in Enola Holmes.
Oh, okay.
But you know who plays Sherlock in that movie? Yo, man.
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill.
Oregon? Okay.
Okay.
That's close. West Coast.
You said it could have been East Coast. I don't know.
I almost got there at Michigan. No. Okay.
No, that's Midwest.
Yeah, I know. I was getting closer.
Yeehaw. But yeah, so he's actually in a lot of things. He plays a really good bad guy a lot, but he's just a good actor. He's a good actor.
Yeah, but I love that movie.
Yeah, You Before Me, right?
You Before Me, I think is what it's called.
I liked seeing her in a different role outside of Khaleesi.
Did you?
That was nice. It was just nice to see like different roles.
Have you seen Last Christmas?
With the black people?
No, that's this Christmas.
That's
this Christmas, that Christmas, about Christmas, the day before Christmas. It's almost Christmas.
Baby, no, I ain't.
And a Black Christmas. Those are all the Black Christmas movies.
You're kidding.
No, most of them are truly the name of the titles, but the other ones I kind of sprinkled in there.
Okay.
No, Last Christmas it's with her and Henry Golding, I think his name is, the guy from Crazy Rich Asians.
Okay, I've seen that once flying and never finished. So which one was he?
The main character.
The cute one.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought he was cute. Not really my style, but I thought he was attractive. Cute until I saw him in the movie Girl and he had on some shorts. Oh, I told you. I told you I like hairy men, but those legs. Oh.
What's his name?
Henry Golden, girl. Say shorts and
Henry
Crazy
Golding.
Rich Asians, girl. And I was like, oh.
Golding?
Yes. And I was like, that's an incident where I think shorts? A man should shave. Because, yeah. I think he's like half
Italian?
No, he's half Asian. What part of Asian? I'm not sure of. But he's also like half British. And girl.
Hairy man.
It was like two different people.
I gotta see the scene. Or were they like really short shorts so you see all the hair coming from
it was just like, it was like bear. And I told you I like bears. No, that was like a full grizzly.
Oh, I gotta see, because it's not, these pictures it's not doing it for me to the point where you made that sound. That sound was able to release from your body.
It was like some khaki shorts. I was like, y'all should have put on like some regular Dockers, like pants. He needs full pants. Don't ever show his legs again.
Oh my goodness, it was that bad? Oh. Are you being dramatic?
No, I like hairy men, but that was like too hairy for me.
Excuse me.
And I mean, if you're going to be that hair, I mean, I like a good winter coat, but girl, that was like, that was hibernation.
Oh. Mm-hmm. That poor man.
Mm-hmm. But I think I don't know, maybe he's shaving it now. He should. If he doesn't. But yeah. They have a movie together. It's called Last Christmas. It is so adorable. It's something that we watch like every year. And
it must be that good.
It is so sweet because it's definitely a twist and you weren't expecting the end. And I'm just like, how could that happen? But yeah, she's really cute in that one too.
I forgot what I was about to say.
You were talking about seeing Khaleesi and talking about You Before Me and medically assistant.
No. What you said, she was very cute in that movie. I was going to say something, but I forgot. Do you ever have like brain farts where you were about to say something? Okay.
Brain fog all the time.
And it's like on the tip of your tongue. And then it's just like it was never there.
Yeah, and then I just say, fuck it.
Yep. And you can be doing the E.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that's why we're on an E. I mean, I'm not on E, but you get it.
Can we be?
I've never tried it before. I think it's because it's kind of like one of those, like, I don't know, maybe I was scared straight from some of those like things, and that was one because I'm just like, I feel like I'm gonna be that person that tries it once and I fucking die kind of a situation. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Like I go to extremes. I'm like, because you hear about it and it's just like, people took it, and just like next thing you know, they're in the hospital. I'm like, oh, that's gonna happen to me. I just feel like it'll happen to me.
They took a lot, and it was probably also cut with something. So MDMA, I've done it. I've done it with Matthew.
Ecstasy? I'm talking about old school ecstasy, not MDMA.
Let me tell you the story
let's talk about ecstasy.
Let me tell you. Shut the fuck up.
Just ring the bell.
Let me tell you the story of how it got.
Jeez.
Sorry. So Matt and I have done it. We took like a therapeutic amount and just talked for 6 hours. So back in the day, I don't know if it was the 60s or the 70s or whenever, but back in the day, they
y'all licking
used
stickers? Y'all licking stickers?
No, I'm not doing that shit. No. They used it for like family therapy, couples counseling. It's just a way to downregulate or deregulate the amygdala. I think that's where it is, the part of your brain that makes you defensive or makes you retort, that enables you to be able to listen for understanding versus listening to respond. So there's no anxiety, there's no rage, there's nothing. And so we tried that dosage. But back in the day, like I was saying, they use that for those specific reasons, family therapy and couples counseling. But there was a club that opened that got a hold of the drug and started abusing it. And that name of that club was called Club Ecstasy. And so now the drug started getting cut with things, laced with things, and it's now ecstasy. But Matt and I did it. My therapist is a hippie, and we literally talked for 6 hours. Like, we were on the verge of we just hated each other for a while. Like, it was right after we had Chloe, because things got a lot harder once we had two. And then Matt was traveling more, and then we were both resentful of certain things. But we literally talked. We wrote a list down, and as soon as that shit kicked in, we just it rocked him. It really rocked Matt to his core. But I just held him and just let him know it was okay. And he said at that point, he realized that he does not allow me to be there for him. He did not allow me to just be nurturing, to make him feel safe in a nurturing standpoint. And at that point, and I felt bad after we did it, because I was like, I'm not the problem. I realized that it's been you. I've been telling you to let me be, like, kind of sort of things. But it just opened our eyes to everything that we'd been doing. Not necessarily wrong, but things that may not have been beneficial for us as friends, as a couple, as parents. And then afterwards, we just realized how much we really, really, really love each other. And we've been good ever since. So we're going to do it again, I think, in June, because it's been a couple years. And I have a list of things written down to talk about that whenever we talk about now, he gets all closed off and I start yelling.
Can you clearly, like, see, like, things when you're, and when I'm saying clearly see things,
you're not like super like,
that's what I was wanting to know.
No, you're not.
So you can read off a paper and be like, this.
Yes.
Okay,
but cool. I will say,
take notes. Can you take notes?
Record it.
Okay. That's probably best.
It's recorded, so you can go back
I would be
and
the person like, ooh, okay, just stop that thought for a second. Let me write that.
You're not, you wouldn't even think it, because you're just literally like, wow, the sun is beautiful. Wow, the earth is great. Oh my goodness, have the flowers always been this beautiful? Why was I not happy? Why am I not happy to be alive? It's just, you're just very, very happy. It gets rid of all the negative thoughts. And the dosage is so low that you're not like, I mean, you've heard the song, Pop the Molly, I'm Sweating. Woo, woo. But woo. Literally, when we both came to, we were half naked sitting in a pretzel. Just like in a pretzel, like embraced, but just still talking. There was nothing sexual about it whatsoever. Just thinking about you and Victor.
Yeah. Oh, I'm like, we're too close. We're too close.
No, but it was really, really good. I will say, have a nice playlist going. My therapist made me a playlist, and it was really good from the moment he was like, hit start as soon as you take it. And it was perfect timing. Like, everything was great. Do not call anyone. We called Shane.
Oh, that's hilarious. How did that go?
We called Shane.
Did he record you?
He didn't answer at first. And then Matt was like, we're going to FaceTime. Let's go.
Hilarious.
We just kept calling him back to back. And Shane's like, I know what you guys are doing. Talk to each other. Leave me alone, get off the phone. And we're just like, we love you, Shane. I'm like, hilarious. Shane, I worry about you so much. Are you happy? I don't want you to be alone. And Matt's like, leave me alone. He's good. You good, right, bro? You good, right, bro? It was just, he's like, man, I know I've always been there for you, always been there for me. We're homies. Like, this love is like no other. And Shane's like, yes, Matt. The love is like no other. He's like, Brett, he's like, yes, Brett, I love you too. Will you guys just get off the phone? Stop calling. Do not ever have your phone with you. But yeah, it was a really, really good experience. And I recommend it to anyone who wants to strengthen their marriage or relationship, anyone who's ever had something they want to talk about deeply that they feel as though, oh my goodness, this is going to cause an argument, or I don't know the right words to say. Definitely recommend it. I recommend getting a hotel room, do it in a place that is...
Is that safe? Is it safe?
Yeah, we were fine. Like, it's such a low dosage. It's not like a party dosage.
Okay,
it's very,
that's all
very
I'm thinking
low.
about. It's just like running wild in the hallways, right?
No,
Doing
you are
Frank
in
the
that room.
Tank type situation.
I have no clue what that means, but that sounds so funny. Yeah, but no, you have no desire
Going
to
streaking.
go out. Huh? What the fuck is this? Or do you have Tourette's? What just happened? Why do I keep spitting? What movie? Old School. Oh, the movie's called Old School?
Yes. Yeah, the movie's called Old School.
What year did that come out?
Last year.
You lie and a half. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to start writing these things down that you reference. Well, stop being silly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to try it? I can get you some. You should. Get a hotel.
I'm gonna die.
You won't. I'm the most very, I wouldn't say judgmental, but I'm the one that's like, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not putting that in my body. You have lost your mind. But it was so bad. Something had to give. At that point, I was willing to try anything to make sure we were okay. Because I was losing my best friend. You know what I'm saying? So it's at that point, whatever we need to do, let's go. And I called.
Does your daughter know?
Huh?
Does your eldest daughter know?
She don't even know she's fucking alive. What do you mean?
Okay. When you said best friend.
Oh. He's a different kind of best friend.
Okay.
He's the one that says, your vagina likes that, doesn't it?
I was just like, your vagina likes this. This is good for your vagina.
Don't you dare cut this out. Don't you dare. No, I will never do this again. I swear to God, this will be my last episode. I swear to God, I will never. You can't even wink properly. You damn eyelashes are so long. I swear to God, if it is not in the episode, y'all gonna show up here and do this together without me. Have you ever seen Rihanna try to wink? No. The singer Rihanna, she's always both. She'll start with one and then they both go.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I don't know. That just made me think because y'all both look silly. There you go. I did it. You did it. I did it. But yeah, try MDMA. I'll get you some. Get a hotel room, or Lulu can stay with us, and
it won't be able to work.
It will. Oh no, it won't work. Yep. I know it won't work. Yep. Well, just talk to each other. I don't know. You're like, I hit a nerve.
For 10 minutes.
6 hours.
Why the fuck do you want to talk for 6 hours?
Dude, it was crazy. And we thought it was worn off. You had no choice. It's that's all you wanted to do. You just wanted to talk to your partner. Then afterwards, Maya's old school had a little parent-teacher conference night. And we're we're fine. We'll go. We're sitting there you are such a great teacher.
You're hilarious.
I just love that you love these kids and you just get up every day and just give it your all. And Matt's just we were just walking in there wow, have the rooms always been this blue? Look how nicely everything is organized. It was a mess. But yeah, then after days went by, my only, I guess, con to it is I was very suspicious afterwards of him. I was like, was that really him? Was he pretending?
Oh, that's funny.
Was this an alien that came out? What's going on? And then when we did get in our first argument afterwards, months after, it felt different. It didn't feel like the end of the world. It felt like it was just an argument. We had a disagreement. He still loves me. I still love him. And we were able to come back to a lot quicker. He said he felt defeated. He was like, after all of that, we had an argument. It wasn't supposed to happen, but it does. You're always going to argue.
You're human.
You're human. We have
disagreements. It's a relationship.
It is a relationship, and we are two completely different people. But yeah, I'm an advocate of it.
To yourself? Mm-hmm. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. My baby's school. Baby school send me a message. Let me make sure my baby's okay. Okay.
We're good?
She's good, yeah. Baby school. What? Department of Education. Okay. Do you know what's going on with all of that? I meant to ask you about that before we got here.
No,
No, do you understand?
I don't know what's going on, honestly. There's a lot of different things that are happening in my head right now. You went from that to where...
I just thought my baby's school and I thought about education. I was like, oh shit, I forgot to ask you about that earlier.
What about them sweeping out Department of Education. They ain't getting rid of my student loans.
I don't understand it. I don't understand what the big uproar is, and I don't understand why they think it'll fix the problem. And then
the
why
system is broken.
Okay.
We must fix it.
I'm being serious. I don't understand. Like, why is it a big deal in general? Like, I don't understand it.
Well, I think it just has a lot to do with kind of, what is it, Project 2025, or just some of the initiatives that he said he wanted to do, or part of his, his cabinet are want to do, kind of like clean sweeping, or cleaning up the government and excess spending, or finding cuts here and there. But as far as, again, I can't speak to it because I don't know a lot about the topic or kind of what's happening right now.
Yeah, both of us, neither of us do. Yeah.
Yeah. But just going off of kind of what you're telling me, in my opinion, I'm thinking, it's not necessarily helping us. I don't think by getting rid of it or whatever they're trying to dial back with it is going to be helpful to the public school system just in general, but just education in itself. That's cutting back funding, but that's also, it isn't helping to produce more jobs for Americans, which is
within that department.
No, just in general. If we're talking, with it, if you're getting rid of, employees, that's putting people out of.
Yeah, right. Because you're getting rid of a department.
You're getting
a federal department.
Yeah, a federal department.
Which has people working there.
Yeah, and that's not just like a team of people. That's hundreds of people that they're getting rid of. Maybe 1,000. I'm not really sure. I can't speak to that number at all. But that's getting rid of that on top of the other people who are
40 to 62%, depending on what department they're in.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Which is a lot. So that's also putting out more Americans out of work. Also, it's going to be putting even more educators or people who are in the education system out of, because that's cutting up their funding, meaning that they're not going to be, it's going to be 40 kids to one teacher.
Because they don't have the funding.
Because they don't have the funding. They don't have the programs. It's going to be getting rid of some of those programs. So I think as far as like when we were talking about eating healthy and things of that nature, or making sure kids have healthier foods within school systems, that's going out because you're cutting funding within education, which is under that.
Well, let me ask you this. Maybe from the parts that I read, it's now putting a lot of control into the states. So the states have control on what they'll do, or the city, I think. I don't remember which one. They'll be able to set their mandates and their requirements and stuff like that. So maybe a lot of that was set federally. So you had to have this certain nutrition standard. You had to have these certain clubs. You had to have these things. So you needed funding for that based off what the federal standard was. Now it'll be set locally, and they can base it off of what they can afford. They can fundraise themselves. They can do things differently themselves. And then also, if the school systems or the department if we weren't doing well as a unit, as a country, something needed to change, right? Like if you think about it, both sides, something needed to change. It doesn't mean just completely wipe out the whole thing. Maybe go in.
But that would be logical.
Girl, I don't know. I'm not in politics. I just raised my kids.
Neither am
I just raised my kids. In the police department, we said if it makes sense, do the opposite. But there's I'm willing to just see what happens, because I always feel like the boat needs to be rocked here with things. If things aren't working, if they haven't been working for so long, rock the boat. But I just think there's just so many people out here that dislike this man to begin with. So no matter what he does, they're just not gonna like it. But it's like, I just wish there was more. There's a lot of transparency. He's been very transparent with so many things, but I just wish that there wasn't so much propaganda. Like things weren't propagandized. So it's like, so you can actually get the actual information and know what's really happening.
Well, I think that's what people are wanting to know, is what is the actual information versus just saying, this is what I'm doing. Don't just tell me what the end result will be, or this is the overall. People need to know what the details are, tell the why behind it, the how it's going to be done. And I think things should, in my opinion, in my perspective, when making such radical changes, they need to be done in stages, right? Yeah. And then, explain to the public, or because are we entitled to be able to know that information on why things are happening, where this money is going, where these efforts are being taken place? Absolutely, because we are the taxpayers, right? These are things and services and things that we're contributing to. I'm a stakeholder in this. I need to know what's happening. You can't just tell me, don't worry, everything will be fine. I'll make everything great again. It's just, I need to know, how are you going to make those things great? And how is this benefiting me? You're saying this is going to benefit me in the long run. eventually, but I need to know how is that gonna, where it's like you do more harm in the beginning, or you're gonna hurt a little bit, but it'll get better because I'm gonna do this. But I need to know what is gonna be hurting, who is it gonna be hurting the most,
and how is it gonna get better,
and how is it gonna get better, and how long is it gonna take realistically, and not just saying I'm going to do it overnight, and and the changes happen overnight, and you can't do that, because then it is a shock to the system, a shock to the country, and it's radical, right? And then that's where people are up in a flurry, or just like in a panic of like, what does this mean? What do I do? I don't understand. And it's for me, it's hard to get behind that if I'm not being given that information, and I'm entitled to that.
Well, I can tell you my opinion on why they do that, because there's, I was going to say billions, but who knows, billions, trillions. There's so many people here, like in the world. And then you start telling them why, the wins. And if it doesn't happen on that exact day, then you get an uproar.
That's politics.
It's 100% politics. But it's like, no matter when you give information, there's even more questions after that. If you answer one question, you got to answer all of them. And so I think in my opinion, I think the reason they don't do that is to avoid all of that other stuff that comes right after it. But it is what it is. At this point, I don't think, when I hear all of this stuff happening, I'm just like, oh, okay, we'll see what happens. Because on a micro level, they're not worried about Brittany McCusker. It's not affecting me whatsoever. Now, when it does, or, if it does, I'll start paying a little bit more attention. But right now, I've just always been this way. Like, if it does not come up and slap me in the face, or it's not right there dead, like, oh, it's going to really, really have a super effect on me, like I'm going to die, I don't get spun out about it. Like, I won't get in a tizzy about it. I'll ask questions like, oh, why is that? Oh, okay, I see that perspective, but I also see this one. I'll play devil's advocate to see both sides, because I feel like it makes you more of a well-rounded person to be able to understand both sides. But I don't see how people get like in a huge tizzy. Like, people that don't even have children, for one, like the Department of Education, you don't have kids. You're not sending your kids to school. Like, you're in your 50s or 60s. This doesn't affect you whatsoever. Like, you're an only child. You have no siblings. You have no nieces or nephews. It's just you. Why are you panicking? Why are you losing sleep over this? I'm so sick to my stomach. Like, I get it. I definitely get it. Like, you're just like, well, it's a moral thing or whatever. You do you. But it's like, people get just so spun out over these things. And for the life of me, I just can't wrap my head around it.
Well, I think to speak to that, and then I'll get off the topic, so I don't want to spend too much time on it. But I feel like, with people being concerned, I think they're just thinking about like the future, right? And children are the future, or what future is left.
Good luck to them. We're going to be dead.
Well, I was going to say, what's left of a future that we have as humans. But I think it's thinking about that and how to set them up for the best. And, when we're thinking about kind of some of the assurances or some of the things and resources that we may have been afforded and they may not. I think when it goes back to how are we digressing versus how are we progressing with the next generation, I think that's where people are getting more of an uproar in regards to. So even if, you are a guardian, or, if you are close with children or not, I think it's thinking about that in general, because it's educating the future. And even if it's, not, younger children, but maybe it's, maybe they can go back to school at any point in time. That's still being impacted by that. You know what I mean? Or even just like local teachings within the libraries and things of that nature. So it's a lot that goes into it, and a lot to unpack, and not enough information for me to be able to comment kind of further on it.
Okay.
But in my opinion, I definitely could see both sides of it. But I think for me, I'm a person where, I don't take anybody's word and say I'm good with it. I need to give me the information. And that comes to everything. Like, I asked for, give me the Carfax.
The Carfax. The Carfax. You want the actual fox. You want the mascot.
Well, no, they say, give me the Carfax.
No, they say, give me the Carfax.
No, they say Carfax, but they say, give me the Carfax.
They say, give me the Carfax.
The commercial?
Yes.
Yeah, they the fox. The commercial.
I know, he's the mascot.
And they say what, Josh?
They say, give me the Carfax. They don't say fox. They say, give me the Carfax.
Josh, what did they say?
And the fox walks out.
No, they're like, show me the Carfax. Don't they say that?
They say, show me the Carfax.
It is Carfax, but they say
show me the Carfax.
They say show Fox.
Give me the fucking... Show me.
It says, show me the Carfax.
Show me! Say it
Don't
again.
they say Fox?
No, we don't. Rewind it.
What's that?
That's
Rewind it,
one of
Josh.
them. See?
No, watch, listen. Start it
I
off.
heard it, but he said it.
Show me the car's perfect. Show me the Carfax. Sure. Here you go. What's that?
Show me. He said Carfax.
But what did he say?
They say, show me
not
the
just say
Carfax. Show me the Carfax is what they say. And then they pull out the Fox is
And he
what I
says,
said.
show me the Carfax.
Get it free at thousands of reputable dealers. Just say, show me the Carfax.
Show me the Carfax.
But don't they say Carfax in there? They say, show me the Carfax. Thank you.
No, when they brought up the Carfax, he says the Carfax, but he says,
Yes,
show
but they
me
go
the
on to
Carfax.
say, show me the
I
Carfax.
know, but the term is show me.
Thanks for tuning in to Genuine BS with Brittany and Shayna.